Hello, everyone. Welcome to Creativity with Jennifer. I am an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator, and I am here tonight for our January craft along. So if you purchased our kit, go ahead and get your kit out, and we are going to get started. Hello, hello, hello. And if you did not get the kit and you see that you want the projects, I will tell you throughout the live tonight how you can get the kit, because I have 2 kits still available that you are able to purchase tonight through Saturday. So if you see that you want the kit after seeing the projects, then I do have 2 kits, and I will tell you along the way as to what you have to do in order to claim the kits. Welcome, everyone. I hope you've had a wonderful Thursday. Our craft along normally happens on the last Monday of every month. But this month I had to switch my schedule up, and that is why we are live tonight. Hello, hello, guys. I am just getting my desktop up, so when we turn the camera down, I will be able to see you guys. Acts like I'm froze. Hold on, let's see what is happening here. Oh, just gotta love technology, I tell you. All right, so I got that going now. I can see comments. If you place any comments throughout the video, just know I will get them and we will chat that way. All right, we're going to jump in because the bundle that we are doing tonight is a little time consuming. Normally we do 5 projects for craft along, but due to the detail of these, I cut it down to 4 because I didn't want to take up too much time, but I love being with you guys. And I just want to say I appreciate each and every one of you for making handmade cards, sharing handmade cards with others, and sharing the love of paper crafting. So this is our world together. So come on in and let's do some crafting together and make some cards to share with friends, families, loved ones, and even just nursing homes love to receive handmade cards or cards in general to pass out to their people at the nursing homes. So it is always a great way to share the passion. So thank you for being here. Welcome for those that are joining in. Get your kits out and let's start crafting. And if you did not get a kit, just stay tuned. I will share how you can do that. All right, we're going to turn the camera around. Ooh. And while I'm doing this and getting everything, why did it not switch? Hold on, guys. There. While I'm getting everything set up, if you are in the path of this storm that is trying to come in this weekend, y'all be safe out there on the highways if you have to go anywhere or do anything. I plan to be in craft rooms, so I will be checking in that way. Hello, everyone. If you are joining and would like to drop a comment below, I would love to know who's on and where you're coming from. And this is our January craft along, and I am doing the Cake Day bundle. Oh my gosh, guys, I have had so much fun with this. And if you joined my birthday club, be prepared because you are probably going to get one of these pretty cards here. Hello, Debbie. You will probably get one of these if you joined my birthday club. All right, but I have had so much fun with this. This bundle is a Stampin' Up bundle. It is an online exclusive bundle. So the only way you will be able to get it is if you shop online and go through my store, and you can find it that way. It is not in a catalog. This is one of our online exclusive items. And I have had so much fun playing with it. Like I said, we are going to be doing 4 cards tonight. Normally during Craft Along, we do 5, but because of the detail of this one, I wasn't able to do a lot of pre-cutting in advance, so I cut it down to 4 cards. All right, guys, so let's move the bundle out of the way so I can share the projects with you. And then we're going to chat a minute about how you can get the projects. So let's start with this. So here is card 1. And if you got the kids, they're numbered, okay? So here is card 2. And then I think this one is my favorite. This one is card 3. And then card 4 will probably be next in my favorites. So here is card 4. I want to make sure that's going to show up. Hello, everyone. Welcome. All right, let's see if I can get them all in here, because these are just great Craft Along projects. Love them. I hope you do too. Now, let's talk about how you can get it and what you get. All right, so this is a class, Craft Along class. You will get all, thank you, Debbie. You will get all of the supplies to make these cards, all the cardstock. I will do most of the cutting, but like this, I can't cut this because you stamp first. So you will get pieces of cardstock for that. But so it is going to be a great idea if you have this bundle or something similar to it to be able to make these, because a lot of them are the stamping first and then cutting, and I can't do any of that, but I will do anything else that I can up front. But you will get these 4 projects along with envelopes. You will also get a brand new Winka Stella glitter pen. This is the best kind of glitter because it stays on the project and not on you. So this is a Winka Stella. And then you will get a half of a pack of the Dear Dots and a half a pack of the rainbow adhesive back dots. So you'll get a half a pack of each one of the embellishments. You will get the full, the whole Winka Stella pen, and then all the supplies to make these 4 projects. The way you do this is you place a minimum of a $45 order in between tonight and Saturday in my store, and then I will package this up and ship it to you on Monday or Tuesday, depending on the weather. We are supposed to be getting snow Saturday into Sunday, so it depends on what Monday looks like. But I have everything ready to go. I just need you to claim it. And when you place your order, if you will come back to this video and say kit, then I will make sure you have that kit. All right? So that is how you get it. You place a $45 minimum order, then I will ship you all of the supplies, and then half a pack of both of the embellishments, and you get a full Winka Stella. All right, guys, so let's dive in and let's start making our projects, because they are a little time consuming because of all the pieces. So we are going to start off with this one first. And hopefully I have a majority of them pre-cut, but the ones I have to stamp, I was not able to. All right, so let's pull out our kit 1. So if you've got the supplies, go ahead and pull out kit 1 so you can craft along with me. So you've got your basic cardstock here. This is our basic beige cardstock, and we're going to fold this in half, and then we're going to score it, or varnish it. Excuse me, it's already scored. And because this is a basic beige, you don't have to have anything on the inside because it's light enough that you will be able to stamp and write and be able to see it. All right. Then we have another piece of basic beige that I use the swirl, what's that embossing folder called? It is called So Swirly Embossing Folder. So I used that and I did an embossing on it. Then we have our pecan pie. We have a piece of early espresso. And then I did go ahead and stamp these pieces and pre-cut them. So with yours, you will need your early espresso, and you got a piece of pecan pie cardstock that you would stamp that piece on and then cut them out. Then we have our pretty peacock cardstock cut out with our banner. We have our candles, our fire, and our whipped topping here. All right, so those are all the pieces for this one cake. That's why I said I had to cut it back because it's a lot of pieces, but they are so cute. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to take our cake layer and we're going to line it up to our cake, and then you're going to attach that with either your tape runner, liquid glue, whatever your choice of adhesive is. I am going to start out with the atomic glue. It is kind of low, so we will see how far I get with this. All right. So then we're going to just line this up and match it up there, and then we're going to just kind of tack it straight down onto our cake. All right. Then you're going to take your pieces here, and you're going to just put a piece of adhesive on the back side, and then this is going to go straight onto the cake at the top. And then you're going to do the same thing for the bottom. And if I am going too fast for you, you can always pause and start watching it at your pace and crafting at your pace. All of them won't go as fast as this one. It's just I pre-cut this one, so therefore it is going a little faster than it normally would. All right, so for our little whipped cream topping, I'm going to put just a little bit of the glue on the back side. And this is going to get tucked under the icing. Okay, and then you're going to do the same thing with the other one. And this is going to get tucked up under as well. Okay. Now, have your banner ready. And we are going to stamp our banner in early espresso. So let me dig that out of here. And we are going to stamp happy birthday. If I can find it, oh my goodness. I have used almost every one of the stamps in this set. So give me 1 second as I dig through the blocks. I thought it would be helpful if I had all of them on the blocks, but let's see. Did I put it back on here? Oh, no wonder I couldn't find it. I put it back on my package. All right, so make sure you have the happy birthday. Let me get a block here to put this on. We're going to take our banner and we're going to tap it into our early espresso. And then we're going to stamp straight onto our flag that says happy birthday. All right. Okay, so now we are ready to do the stamping layers on our cake. And that is going to come from we have our pieces for our cake. So you're going to stamp with this one first. And then we're going to line this up. And then we're going to line it up again. It goes 3 times on here. Okay. All right, now we're going to take our other piece now and we're going to go in between each one. All right, so pretty. Okay, now we're ready to put this on our swirly piece of our card base. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this and we need to put our adhesive, but I am using the dimensionals. So we're going to pop up our cake. I don't know about you, but I love celebrating my birthday. And it seems like the older I get, my birthday is like a month long, just because I love celebrating, because I am so thankful and blessed that I had another year. So we're going to pop that up, and then I'm going to angle it just a little bit. Uh-oh. You got to make sure you don't put it too close to the top, because you've got your candles that you've got to show. Okay, so now what we're going to do is put a little bit of adhesive on the back of the candles. Come on. Okay, so this is going to slide right down in there. And then it cuts out 3, but we only needed 2. So I will just put that one in my bin. So I will already have a candle cut when I need to make another card. So we're going to make that one just a little taller. And we're going to put our fire on here, and since this one went down a little lower, we're going to put the big one on that one, and then we're going to put the small one on the other one. Okay. All right. And then we've got to put our banner in here. So what I'm going to do is just put a little bit of liquid glue down on the stem. And then I'm going to just put a little drop at the top there to hold it down. And then we're going to just slide it right in there just like that. Okay, now we're going to take this and we are ready to put it on our card base. Okay. And I'm gonna put that straight down like that. And then we're going to pull out our rainbow adhesive dots. And we are going to, and if you got the kit, you would have got a half a pack of these. So we're going to take one of the big ones of the pool party here. And we're going to put it down at the bottom. And then we're going to take one of the small ones and we're going to kind of put it straight up from there. All right, so there is that. Then we're going to top it off with some Wink of Stella. So open your Wink of Stella. Make sure you shake it up to stir up your glitter. And I am all about glitter. You know, life's too short not to sparkle. So we're going to sparkle up our cake. So let's take this and we're going to put it on our icing. And we're going to make it glitter. All right. And then let's do our stars. I meant our fire. Let's do our fire and make it sparkle. Okay. So I hope you can see the sparkle. All right. So there is card number 1. All righty. Let's put those up. And then we're going to tuck this away. And then we're going to get started with card number 2. All right. So card number 2 was this one here. I loved playing with this one here. The little macaron things, they're so fun to play with. So let's see what I got here. I believe I did most of the cutting on this because it didn't have a lot of stamping. So I believe I did most of the cutting for you with the kit. So we have, of course, all of our little pieces that we need. All right. And then we have our top to our cake. And then whenever you cut out the cake, it comes like this. So I'm going to show you what to do. Because if you didn't want a full-size card, you could take this, fold it, and fold it at your crease. Then you can take your pieces and decorate it like that, and it could be a tag for a gift, okay, if you didn't want to do a full-size card. So we have that, and then we have all of our pieces, and then we have a piece of the thick basic white cardstock. We're going to take that and we're going to fold it, and then we're going to varnish it off with our bone folder. All right. And then we're going to set that to the side for a moment. Now we're going to take this, because I don't want the full size. We're going to take our snips and you're going to cut it in the crease of the card thing. Right in the center of the cake. Okay. So now you have 2 cake pieces that you could technically use. But we only need this one. So now what we're going to do is we are going to stamp on our little topping with some sprinkles. And we are going to do this with early espresso again. So we're going to take our early espresso and move that down. And we're going to take our little sprinkles and we're going to kind of line it up. And you're going to do it a couple of times, okay? And then what we're going to do is we want to make sure that our cake topping here covers. Okay, so I need to go just a little bit more with the sprinkles. And we're going to just take this and go sideways. There we go. And that way when I put my top on, my drizzle, it will be under there as well. All right? So now you're going to take your adhesive and go ahead and attach it together. Hello, for those that are joining in, welcome. We are doing our monthly craft along for January, and this is using the Cake Day bundle. So come on in and join, and let's make some handmade cards together. This will also be a fun project to do with a scrapbook kit. That would be great as well. All right, so we're going to put our liquid glue on the back, or if you are using adhesive tape runners, just cover the back up with some adhesive and then line it up to your base of your cake and then just lay it down. Okay? All right. So now we're ready. Again, we are going to do our stamping just like we did before. We're going to do the early espresso, and you're going to take your line, divider. This is going to be like a layered chocolate cake. And then we're going to put that in there again. And then we got one more here. All right. And then we are going to take and do sprinkles. And then we are going to do a line. And then you're going to rotate these. Sprinkles, line, sprinkle, and I believe a line. Let's see. Nope, it's going to end on sprinkles. Perfect. All right. Let's get this early espresso off of my blocks. I re-inked my block this morning, so it really is heavy on my stamps. So let me get those cleaned off there. All right. Now let's do, we need to do our toppings now. So we need to do our little icing topping here. So we're going to put a little bit of adhesive on here, and then we're going to just start planting these around on the top. Now these little macaroons, these are so cute. So you've got your little thing. Oh, come on. And it's gabbed open in the middle. You're going to take your white cream and you're going to slide that right up in there to close that off to make it look like a macaroon that's got white cream in it. All right. So then we're going to take this and we're going to put just a little bit of adhesive on it. And then that is going to get layered right on the top there. Going to do our cream here and do the same thing. A little bit of adhesive. Put that down. And then you're going to put your second macaroon right under it as well. All right, come on. All righty. So does anybody have major plans when the storm's going on as to what y'all gonna do? I will be in my craft studio. I have a in-person retreat at a bed and breakfast this coming weekend. And I've got to get packed and ready for it. So, I will be home all weekend. And, staying out of the yucky as much as possible. All right, so now we need to stamp. I need to get a piece of my basic white cardstock because we need to stamp and then do some cutting here. All right, give me 1 second. Let me get my scrap paper here. We need to stamp our icing siding here. All right, now that is going to be done in Fresh Fuchsia. So we're gonna open up our Fresh Fuchsia, gonna tap it in there, and then we're going to stamp. So I did not do yours in the kit because it's stamped first, and of course I can't send the stamped images. So make sure you get yours pre-cut. I have got my cutting tool right here. So I am going to be doing mine. So go ahead and make sure you've got yours going so we can do this together. All right. Let's do this. And I need my plate. All right. So we're going to turn this around a little bit. All right. Now we get this cut out. All right, so now we've got that cut out. I'm going to put just a little bit of a layer of adhesive at the bottom. And then we're going to tuck that right onto the bottom of our cake. All right. Now we are ready to put this on. We need to put our candles on first. So some of the candles, I didn't want the full length. So I am going to cut some of these off because I didn't want them as tall as they were showing. So we're going to make them different sizes. I think this one I'm going to leave alone. We're going to put just a little bit of adhesive on it. And then we're going to stick that right onto the back of our card. We're going to do the same thing with both of the other candles. And you make them as tall as you want your candles, okay? I didn't want mine as tall. So what I'm doing is I'm going to put these as small and leave my bigger one. Oops. Perfect. All right, now we're going to take our card base and we're going to just attach this directly onto the card base. We are not going to use dimensionals for this. And again, I do angle this. And that's going to go straight onto the card. All right, so now we've got to do our fire. So we're going to put the big one right at the top. Uh-oh, somehow or another I've lost a fire sparkle. All right, there is that. Ah, there we go. And we're going to put this one over on that side. Oh, come on. The bad thing about our green glue is once it gets to your fingers, it just wants to stick to everything. All right, so now we got to do our stamping, and I am doing Let's Celebrate. And I am using Fresh Fuchsia. So we're going to stamp Let's Celebrate, and that's going to go right up under the cake. Okay. And then the embellishments that I used on this one was, what did I use on this one? They are called iridescent, but I have no idea what I did with them. So, we might be switching up our embellishments. Ah, there they are. Okay, so for these, it's called the Iridescent Foil Gems. And I believe I gave you 3 in your packet. So you should have a big one that's going to go up at the top. And then you're going to take one of your small ones and go at the corner of the cake and take another small one, and we're going to put it down at the bottom. All right, so there is card number 2. Are you keeping up with me, guys? How's it going? Are you liking it? I will be working on Craft Along for February this weekend also. So I will have all that information in a couple of days. So stay tuned to email. If you're not on my email list, make sure you subscribe to my email. Make sure you follow my Facebook page, join my YouTube channel, because that is the best way to stay in touch of what's happening and what's going on, because we have a lot of projects coming up. All right. All right. So card number 3 is going to be this one. So let's see if I was able to pre-cut most of this. I think I did, but I'm not quite sure. All right, so for this one, we have our berry, what is this called? Berry Burst? Yes, this is our Berry Burst cardstock. I have another piece of Berry Burst cardstock, and this, I took and embossed it with our new 3D embossing folder, Beauty, oh, I think it's called Beauty something. Let's see if I got the case here that's handy. Took it out, and I should have put it back in. I am really bad about taking them out of the case that they come in and then just storing them on my shelf and then having to look everything up to know where it goes. All right, let's see. Ah, there it is. It is called, nope, that's the eyelet. All right, it's Beauty something. I don't see the case for it, so I'm not going to keep looking. But it's our 3D embossing folder. All right. And then we have scrap Fresh Fuchsia to do our stamping on. We have our cake base. We have our tag. And then we have our candles. And then our cream goes on the top. All right, so let's get started with this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move all this out of the way. Now, this one, I did not cut the entire cake out. So I did have that little tab there, and I don't want it. So I'm going to just fold it at that mark. And then I am going to take my snips, and I'm going to cut this. And we're going to just take that straight off of there, okay? Because you don't need that. And then we are going to take our Fresh Fuchsia and take your Fresh Fuchsia ink, or whatever color ink you're using, and stamp your cake top, because this is the part that I was not able to do. So you just got a piece of scrap card base here. So we're going to take this and we're going to lay it on here, and we're going to stamp our cake top down. Okay, then we're going to take our sprinkles. We have a cake top sprinkler, so we're going to ink it up in the Fresh Fuchsia, and we're going to put it on here. It's going to be like a confetti type cake. So we're going to line that up, stamp, and lift up. All right, so we'll be cutting this out now. All right, so before we do that, let's go ahead and stamp our icing here, and then we can run it through at the same time. Okay, because everything else, oh, we need a piece of scrap white. So you should also have a piece of scrap basic white. And that way we are going to stamp our star, or our fire. I shouldn't call it a star, it's our fire. And that is going to be done in Lemon Lolly. Okay, so we're going to take this and we're going to stamp. Now, go to your cutting tool and let's go ahead and cut all three of these pieces out. Okay. And let me get mine lined up here, and we're going to cut them all out at the same time. If your machine does not do that, then just cut one piece at a time. However your machine does it, that is just fine. This is a craft along, so we are crafting together. I do appreciate y'all being here and doing this with me. I enjoy being here and doing this with you guys. All right. Let's see. And again, like I said, Sunday during my video, if there is any sets that you are interested in seeing, reach out to me, let me know, because I am always open for ideas, because we are in this crafting world together. So if there's something you see that you think you want to see more of, let me know. I would love to test it out and see if I can make it happen. All right, let's see. I'm cutting mine out now. Okay. So let's see what we got. All right, there's my top. And there's my scraps, my dies. Star and that. Okay, perfect. All right. Okay, now we're going to assemble our cards. So we're going to take this, and again, we're going to just put our adhesive on the back. And we have to make sure we have our cake going in the right direction in order for this to line up correctly, because it will tell you you don't have it right. Uh-oh, hold on. My liquid glue's wanting to slide a little bit. All right, there we go. We good now. Okay, so now we're going to take our fluff here and put just a little bit of adhesive on the bottom, just like we've been doing. And we're going to put that right at the edge of the cake. All right. I want to close both of these ink pads up because we are, well, no, we're not done with them yet, but I want to close them up until I need them, because if I ain't careful, I'm going to be got that all over my card. All right, so we're going to put just a little bit at the base, and then we're going to tuck this under the fluff. Okay, and then you got one more, and you're going to do the same thing. All right, and we're going to take this and we're going to tuck it right there. All right, so that is amazing there. All right, so now we got our candle, and we're going to put our liquid on there for that. And we're going to make it stick up just a little bit. We're going to take this. We're going to put a mini dimensional on our candle. I didn't do it on that, but because I did dimensionals on that, it wants to sag down. So we're going to fix that by putting the candle on dimensionals as well. And that will prevent that from happening. All right. Now we've got to do our stamping real quick. Okay. So, I used the wrong stick. I gotta cut out one more of those because I just used the wrong thing. So give me 2 seconds to run this through. All right. It's not gonna take me but 1 second. Okay, now, so what we're gonna do is take our sparkles. What did I do with the sparkles? Okay, here we go. We're gonna take our sparkles and our fresh fuchsia, and we're gonna stamp our sparkles, our sprinkles, excuse me. So this is gonna be like one of those confetti cakes. Okay, and then you're going to take your little stick here and that lays in between the layers. So we're going to do this one again, and this is going to go right in here. Okay, and then we're going to do our stick. And it's not a stick. I don't know why I called it that, because you would not have a stick in your cake. This is our cake divider. Okay. And then we're going to take this one, and this is going to go down here. Awesome. Isn't that so cool, guys? I love this. I hope you do too. All right, so real quick, before we attach that, get your Berry Burst ink pad, or whichever color you're going to use for your sentiment. I am going to use mine as Make a Wish. And by the way, I don't think I said what color this cardstock was for the tab. It is called Petal Pink. All right, so we're going to stamp Make a Wish on there. Now we are ready to attach it all to our card front. Okay, so let's get our piece here. You remember you've got your embossed piece, so you're going to put this on the embossing folder side. All right, so we're going to take our dimensionals and we are going to attach our cake with dimensionals. Okay. And I'm using the side of my dimensionals because I ran out. So I always use the outskirt of my dimensionals because they are the same. They are dimensionals, guys. Make sure you use all your little pieces. All right, so here we go. Oh, and I wanted to put one on that candle to keep it from sagging. All right, so let's do that real quick. We're gonna put one right up there. And then this is going to go on our cake just like that. Oh my gosh, guys, I am loving these. I am having so much fun crafting with you. I hope you are having fun. Whether you're crafting with me or gonna make your kits later. I would love to see what you do with your kits for those that got them. Post them in the video when you get done so I can see what you did. And if you didn't get the kit, remember I've got 2 available that can ship Monday or Tuesday depending on our weather. Because down here in the South, we don't drive very well in the snow and all that good jazz. So I don't know what's going to be open and what's going to shut down. Because when they start calling snow, our schools and everything start going crazy and they shut down everything to protect our children. So because we don't drive in it very often around here. So I will get them in the mail Monday if possible. If not, they will go out on Tuesday. But all you have to do is place a minimum of a $45 order between now and Saturday. And you can get all of these fun things. The embellishments, the Wink of Stella, you name it. It will be in your hands. I have the details in the description, so just go ahead and click that link and get your kit. All right, we're gonna make our candle glitter and we're gonna make our fluff glitter. Oh, I love that. Okay, so now we've got to attach this to our card base. All right, so let's fold this there, and we're going to put our adhesive on here. Okay, and then that's going to go straight onto the card base. Now, I'm not going to take the time, but you should have a piece of basic white cardstock that goes in the inside. Because this is a dark colored cardstock, so you will want something light on the inside so you will be able to do your message. All right, there is card 3 for Craft Along, guys. All right, let's do our last one of the night for this Craft Along. If you did not get it, make sure you sign up on my email list so you can get February's. I have an idea what we're doing. I just haven't decided fully. So you're not going to want to miss. You're going to want it. All right. So this one, we are using Summer Splash cardstock. And then basic white cardstock, Summer Splash ink. And then we've got Pretty Peacock, Petal Pink. We have another Summer Splash. We got Lemon Lolly and Mellow Mambo in this kit. So let's see what I got. Now this one, I don't think I did all the cutting, but let's see what I got done. All right. So let's see. We have our piece of Summer Splash. We have our basic white that I did the So Swirly on. And then we've got our banner ready, okay? And then we have our little macaroons together there, okay? It looks like I need to cut the macaroon cream. And I've got to do the siding there. All right, so let's do that. You will need 3 of those. So go ahead and stamp 3 of those. And let's see, where is mine? Take out my Summer Splash. Oh goodness, where is it at? Hold on, guys. I done misplaced. Well, there it is. Okay. We're going to take Summer Splash. And we're going to stamp these up at the top. All right. And then I need to cut the white cream. So let me get a piece of our basic white so we can get that cut out. All right, so there's that. And now that little piece of cream puff, you have to watch that die because it will disappear on you in a heartbeat. But the good thing about it is you do get 2 of those dies. So they cut out very quickly. So I need 5 of those. So if I believe I cut those for you, but if not, make sure you cut out 5. All right, let's see. And my big thing is my dies always fall on the floor and disappear on me. All right, so there's 3, okay. And now we got to do it again to cut out the cream. And we need to cut out our fluff. All right. All right, so we're going to be cutting out 1 more of those. I think that's 4 or 5. That's enough of the cream filling. So we got 1 more to cut of these. All right. And we're going to cut 1 more. Oops. Move that all around there. Okay. All right, now let's do this. And there's that. Okay, I think that's everything I need now, so we can assemble this. Because I'm not going to do these, I'm going to show you another trick instead of cutting those little pieces. All right, so we're going to move these out of the way. We are going to take our star, our sparkles, and we are going to make our background. So we're going to take our Summer Splash, and you're going to just stamp, and there's no pattern, okay? You're going to just stamp this where you think needs something, okay? There is also some little splatter pieces that we are going to use as well. Let me see if I can get that one, okay? So these got the little dots, so we're going to just kind of sprinkle them throughout. Like I said, there is no pattern whatsoever. All right, so there's that. Now, we did our own background. Now we're going to take our swirly piece and then our 3 icings. And you're going to put a little bit of liquid glue or tape runner, whichever you're using, on the side there. And you're going to go ahead and attach it to the back side of your base. But you want it to stick out some. So you want it to be like that, okay? All right, so you're going to do this all the way down. Ooh, we don't need the candle. All right, so let's do this one here. And then we're going to put that. And they are going to kind of overlap, okay? And that's fine. Don't worry about that. It's okay. If they didn't overlap, then they would hang over on the edge, and then you would end up having to cut it off, and then that wouldn't look right. All right. So once you have them like that, then you're going to put some dimensionals on the back side of this. Okay. And then this is going to go down through the card because you don't want it to come up. All right. I think that's enough. So we're going to take our little backs off. And this then is going to go on the side of our card front there. Okay, there we go. Now, we are ready to do our little macaroon. So we're going to do the same thing. You're going to take your cream and you're going to slide it in the cut of the macaroon. Okay. Uh-oh. And then you're going to put your adhesive on the back. And then that's going to go, ooh, why are you coming that far down? And then you're going to put that right on your card, okay? And then you're going to do that going all the way down. Just kind of layering it in there. All right, so this one is going to go right there. I just totally fell in love with this today. This past couple of weeks when I was playing with the set, it took me a little bit to get it because I wasn't sure. But the more I thought about it, I was like, yep. And two, it's great for the birthday cards. Real simple to make duplicatable projects. And that's always the best thing about it, is doing projects that you can always duplicate. Also, when you purchase this, you get a free PDF file, step-by-step instructions, and I email those out the day that I mail the packages. So you will get instructions if you purchased it. You should already have your instructions, so check your email. And then if, like I said, I've got 2 kits left, so if you want one, you can make in the comment kit and place your order using the shopping link in this video, and I will make sure you get a kit. So totally optional for you, but like you see with all the die cutting and the stamping, it would be great if you did have the stamp set or something similar that you would be able to use. Okay, so for this, I am using Let's Celebrate. So we're going to do this and stamp it straight down. And I use the Summer Splash, since that was our color. And I'm going to go ahead and close that up because I am done with that. All right. Then I put dimensionals on the back side. And I think I need to put one in the middle. All right. Then what I did is I took my linen thread. Also, it would be great if you had white baker twine. That would be real pretty to use as well. But I don't have any, so I am using my linen thread. Now, this I did not include in the kit because we always have threads, ribbons, baker twine. That is like an essential tool that you have to have in your craft room. So I did not put this in your packet. All right. So there's that. And then you make this as big as you want it, like always. It's your design, so you do your hoop the way you want it. And then what I did is I held the tail, and then I took this and I borrowed, let's see, what did I do? I borrowed one of the, shucks. I borrowed one of the dimensionals, but that looks, there we go. No. All right, that's not going to work. My dimensionals are higher. No, they're lower this time. All right, so we're going to put this right in here that says, let's celebrate. So I am going to have to get my glue dot and be able to attach my bow to it. So we're going to just put a glue dot there. And we're going to put a glue dot right there. Just because I put my dimensionals in the wrong place. So, with that being like that, that I'm going to make my tail a little shorter. All right. So there is that. Okay. Now we're going to attach this to our card base, and then I'm going to show you how I'm going to change this one up just a little bit. We're going to take and put our adhesive on the back of this, and then this is going to go straight on here. All right. So do you see how this one's got the little gold stars in it? Okay, so we're not going to use the gold stars. We are going to use our deer dots. And we're going to use our petal pink. And we're going to take this and we're going to put one there. We're going to put one there. And then we're going to put a big one right there. And then let's do a small one. And we're going to put right there. So that is another way that you can do your projects without doing those little tiny stars. Because that was very tricky. All right, let me get all these cleaned up, get all the ink off of them so I can put them back in my basket. And then I will put all the projects back out so you can see all the beautiful projects we did tonight for our craft along. All right, let's see. We are wrapping up, guys. I appreciate you being here. Thank you for making cards with me, supporting my business. If you are not on my Facebook page, please make sure you follow me. If you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, make sure you subscribe to that as well, because that helps my business grow, and I greatly appreciate you. If you're not on my email list, make sure you join that so you don't miss out on any upcoming events and specials that might go on, all that fun stuff. And let's bring out our projects, okay? So, this was so much fun tonight. I needed this after work today. Oh, work is very busy right now. All right, so I'm showing this one because it is different. And then we have this card here. All right. And then we have this one. All right, guys. There is our projects for tonight. I hope you enjoyed. Again, if you want the 4 projects that we did tonight with all the supplies, plus a half a pack of the deer dots and a half a pack of the rainbow adhesive and a Wink of Stella, plus all the projects, you will get all of this for an order of $45 or more. Just shop in my store between now and Saturday to get that in, and click in this video, type kit, so I know you want the kit. There is 2 available, so whichever ones get theirs in first will get the 2 kits. So don't miss out. And I will be back live on Sunday, February 1st, for our monthly online card class. All right, guys, have a wonderful weekend. Be safe during the storm. Be careful out there, and I will see you soon. Thank you so much.